get what you expected from day one?
Absolutely. I thought we worked really hard. I think the guys are in shape. Night and day for me from year one to where we are now, conditioning wise. I mean, you can't tell where your team's at on day one of training camp, but you can tell if you're in shape. And just the pace of these guys, these young guys, is so much faster than we have been in the past. Well, for sure. I mean, if you just look at that, the line of Stutzel, Tierney, Brown, I know they're not, there's not a ton of structure in those scrimmage games, but they've got the puck the entire time, and they work. They work to get it back. They made plays. But there was lots of guys that were good out there today, and I thought probably the best group was the first group that went double practice. They didn't get to play, so you don't get to see the results, but as a whole, they really worked. They were fast. They did the drills right. There's a lot of good things today. Well, I've watched him. Certainly watched him in the league, and I mean, he's in the conference finals last year. Playing. So, I mean, we've got a guy that's played in big games, and he looks a lot bigger on the ice than he does maybe in person when I seen him. Way better edges. He's just a big, smart player that can do a bit of everything. He can defend. He can move pucks. Jimmy Hiller, who was the assistant with me in Toronto, had him, and he was his captain in junior. And he talked highly about him on, what kind of guy he is, and how smart of a player he is, and that's what I see out there. Well, I mean, we're going to see how they make out. Zuby's real active. I think he can make plays. I also think he defends as good or better than anyone we have, outside of Zaitsev. So we're going to look to try and get some chemistry there. But, I mean, we'll have to see what they look like in exhibition games and what their communication level is. But you have, one of our best players, defensively, that is Zub, with, our best defenseman kind of looking after him, and hopefully they can get some chemistry. Well, that's what my plan is, to have, the Zaitsev, Delzato, Holden, Josh Browns of the world take the majority of the defensive stuff, and Shabby put in offensive situations more often. I think unfairly to him, because he was our best player and our be-all, end-all best defenseman, he's constantly challenged with playing against the other team's best players and trying to provide offense. And not fair to him. And I think this opportunity here is going to allow him to get a lot more offensive zone starts, a lot more time spent with the top six forwards, I would say. And that really is his skill set. I mean, his defending is so much better than it was. His facing the puck, his boxing out, all those things. And we know he can play against the best in the world, but it helps us when he's providing offense. No, I'd never say never, but I mean, you got to remember we drafted Tim, and there's such a lot of talk about Tim Stutzel playing center. I talked to him, didn't have a ton of interest in it this year, anyways. At some point, we will try him, but in saying that, we drafted Tim Stutzel as a winger. He played wing there. He played wing at the World Juniors. So I know a lot of people talk about him playing center, but the last 2 seasons prior to him coming to the National Hockey League, he played the wing. So that's 4 years removed now since he played center. I think he's a dynamic scorer. That we will give him some opportunities at center just to look at it, but at this point, left wing is where he's going to play. Yeah, it is. I don't want to put pressure on a young kid, because I think the world of Timmy and his game. But what I see out there is a different, more confident, bigger, stronger kid that has a real ability to score goals. And I don't want to put a number on him. And then he feels he's got to live up to that. But I certainly could see him scoring 25. Just maturity. your second camp with the guys, coming back, knowing what's expected of you. He's just allowed to play hockey. Your first year, there's just so many things that go on, and so many off-ice distractions and worries, and first time doing interviews and this and that and the other thing and the flights and everything. Now he's just going to play hockey. I see a really dynamic hockey player that can do a lot of things. I mean, I think he led the scrimmage today in hits, which I don't know if that's what we're looking for, but he's just really competitive, and he looks like a more confident kid. For sure he does. And I think last year a little bit, at the end there, he's probably worn out. I mean, all those games, World Junior, everything jammed in all at once. So he does for sure. He just looks like he's having fun. And as simple as that may be, when good players are having fun, they go back to when they were kids, and there's a reason that they're the third overall pick, and there's a reason they're stars. And Timmy looks like he's having fun.